Today, I would like to share with you our history and science curriculum picks for the 2026-2027 school year. This is for my 7th grader, kindergartner, and tag-along preschooler. Hi everyone, welcome to our homeschool table. My name is Geraldine. I am a homeschooling mom of 3 kids, and here on my channel, I share all about homeschool related content. So click that subscribe button and stick around. Today's video is part of a collaboration hosted by Davine from Calm in the Chaos Homeschool and Shauna from Homegrown Homeschool. So I will link a playlist down below in the description box, and then you can go check out all of the other moms and what they have chosen for this coming year as well. Okay, so a few of these might look familiar to you, and some of them you might be really surprised about. I do have to say that history and science were the hardest for me to plan this year because I had multiple different options that I was considering for both subjects. So if you want to hear about all of the things that I was considering, go ahead and watch the curriculum planning video for next year that I did a couple of months ago. But today I'm going to show you what I actually chose and what we're actually going to use this coming school year. Okay, so for my older daughter, she's going into 7th grade, and we have been using Sunlight History Bible Literature packages since she was in 1st grade. We've done levels B and C, which were Intro to World History. We've done levels D and E, which was Intro to American History. This year, we are currently doing level F, which is Eastern Hemisphere, which we're loving. We've actually loved all of them. And this coming school year, I was having a really hard time deciding whether I wanted to do just one history curriculum or 2. And I know that sounds really crazy, but I have been keeping an eye on Generations Homeschool for a few years now. I found out about them when I went to a local homeschool conference a couple of years ago. And I was really interested in this curriculum in particular, which is How Jesus Built His Church, a survey of church history. And this curriculum has a student workbook and an actual textbook, but it's a soft book. Now, this is a really beautiful curriculum. It's for 7th graders, and it is a 36-week course, and it's just so beautiful. I really wanted to use it. I went ahead and looked in the student workbook, and at the very beginning, it has a schedule, which I love. I really like a checklist or a schedule. And when I was looking through here, I noticed that most of the weeks were only 2 days of reading and then a day of assignments. Some of the weeks have like an exam or a potential essay that your kids might write, just depending on how you use this curriculum. But I decided that since we were probably going to use this more like a read aloud and discussion questions, that I still really wanted to also do a Sunlight History Bible Literature program. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to be using this program. This we are going to read 2 days a week. And yes, it does have an audiobook, which I went ahead and got as well. So we will be listening to this 2 days a week. And we will be discussing using the student workbook after we do the reading, is kind of what I'm thinking so far. But since we are used to a very robust history, Bible, and literature program, I really didn't want to go away from it completely. So that is why we will also be doing this program from Sunlight. This is Level G World History, year 1 of 2. So this has a second year that goes along with it for 8th grade, which is Level H. This is just the front cover of the teacher's guide, and I actually just did an unboxing video a couple of days ago showing all that comes with the Sunlight program. So check that out if you're interested in Sunlight specifically. But this is a 36-week course. It covers history, and the 2 history spines that they use are Story of the World, Volume 1 and Volume 2. So you're studying ancient times and Middle Ages. And it does not come with the Story of the World workbook, but a friend of mine had a few of these laying around at her house, unused completely, and so she gave me these books. And so my plan is to do a little bit of the notebooking and the mapping and the coloring pages for the little kids while we are listening to the audiobook, because my friend also had the audiobook on hand. She just had volume 1, but I will hopefully be getting volume 2 as well so that we can listen to this during our morning time. Now, Story of the World is generally used for more elementary ages, but in Sunlight, they use both volumes together for one school year. And I love the instructor's guides. They are completely mapped out for you exactly what you should read each day. Then there are other history read alouds and readers that go along with the program so that you get a really good picture of what ancient and medieval times were like. If you want to see all the books that come with that program, then make sure to watch that video that I'll link for you. So we will still be doing Sunlight History Level G. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm really hoping that it works well to use both of these together. And especially since there are audiobooks for this, I really think that it's going to be doable for us. And I'm really excited about it. Okay, one last thing for history. This is for my son who is in kindergarten. This is also from Generations Homeschool, and it's My First History, Exciting Stories from God's People. And this has 34 chapters. It has a mix of Bible stories and stories about people from Bible history and things like that. And so this has just a really beautiful look to it. There are photographs and illustrations of maps, and it just looked really cute. Each lesson at the end has discussion questions as well. And usually there's just a few, maybe 3 to 5 questions at the end. So I will definitely keep you posted on how this is going. We will very likely use this in our evening devotion time instead of during our school day. And we do evening devotions every night, but I thought this might be good to do just once a week and have something that's kind of focused on my younger children. So we'll be using Generations My First History. Okay, now let's go ahead and pull over the science things. I have a few science things for my younger kids and then some science for my older daughter. Now, like I said, science was another subject that was really hard for me to choose this year. We have been using Apologia Young Explorers series for the last couple of years. I really love it. My daughter loves it. She really likes that there's an audiobook to go with it. So my plan was just to continue on with that and either do another Young Explorers book or switch over to the middle school general science. But she had something else in mind, and that's okay. So let me go ahead and tell you about what we're going to be doing. For my younger kids, I have the Christian Liberty Nature Reader, Book K, and this is a really simple nature reader. We have other levels too that we've used over the years, but each week there will be a letter of the alphabet. It goes ABC order, and there's just a 2-page spread about that animal. So we have camel, dolphin, elephant, just your basic animals, fox, to learn about for my little kids. This will be one day a week, probably during our lunchtime, morning time. And then we have an entire stack here of the Let's Read and Find Out Science Level 1 books. So there are all sorts of books in this set. A friend of mine gave these to me she was getting rid of. So there's, different things about animals, starfish, shells, what's alive, eggs, pumpkins. So there are just all sorts of science topics here. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to use these yet, but we haven't really read them yet. They've been up on a higher shelf. So I'm thinking that I'm going to kind of use these to go along with the science for my older daughter, where it fits best. And I'll kind of make a little schedule for that based on the units that we're on for my older daughter at the time. So stay tuned. Hopefully I'll have some sort of a planning video as to how I'm doing that. All right, let's set those aside. And now let's look at the science units that my daughter chose. Now I have a very wonderful subscriber who sent me an entire box of brand new Good and the Beautiful science units. Not only the teacher's manuals, but also the student journals for the older grades, 7 and 8, and for the younger grades, 3 through 6. So they were all brand new and completely beautiful. And when I opened them up and laid them out on the table, my daughter was like, "Ooh, I want to do that one, and that one." So this is what she chose. And this top one here is actually one that my husband saw and said, "I would like you to do that one, especially for the little kids." So we're going to be doing the safety unit from The Good and the Beautiful. And like I said, we have the student journal to go along with each of the units. So that's for my older daughter, the 7 and 8 student journal. Then these next 3 are ones that she picked out. And 2 of them we've actually already done before, but we've done the older version. So this will be the newer version of the Good and the Beautiful units. So the first one that she picked was Health and the Physical Body. And we have the student journal for grades 7 through 8. So this is going to have topics like the different body systems, the basics of nutrition, and germs and hygiene. So that has 14 lessons. And then she chose the marine biology, which actually we did do the newer version of this. So this will be the same, just a repeat. It has been probably 3 years though since we did it. And this has ocean things, marine life, coral reefs, fish, sharks, marine animals, things like that, and the student journal. Now for that unit, I actually did have the book pack from when we did it the first time. So we have Dangerous Sea Creatures, Dive, Explore Coral Reefs Around the World, and Explore the Ocean Floor. These are all books put out by The Good and the Beautiful, and they are part of like a book pack that you can get for their science units. The last one that we will be doing that she chose is Mammals, and this is the one that we actually did the older version. So this will be new. This is going to cover birth, lactation, ungulates, elephants, primates, felines, canines, marsupials, bats, rodents, bears, and endangered animals. And this is 14 lessons, and we have the student journal as well. And this is another one that they had just come out with the book packs for the science before they rewrote the mammals unit. So we did have the books, but we did the older unit, if that makes sense. So we already have Mammals of Small Pond, Marvelous Mammals from Down Under, and Can You Track It Mammals. And like I said, we did the marine unit and the mammals unit a few years ago, so it will be kind of just a refresher, but I really thought that it would be good to do this year since it's something that I can do with my younger son as well. And it's only 1 lesson per week for us to be able to go through all 4 of those units. We're probably going to do the safety unit over the summer. We like to do a read aloud or something during our lunchtime. And so I am kind of thinking that that will be what we do for our summertime lunchtime activity. Okay, well, that might have been a little bit surprising. So you're going to have to let me know down below in the comments if some of these choices were not what you were thinking I was going to pick. And then I would also love to hear, what are you using for history and science in your homeschool? And is it something new that you're going to be doing, or is it just the next year and the next thing of whatever you were doing before? I would love to know. Well, that is all I have to show you today. Don't forget to watch my math and language arts video from the last couple of weeks. And then next week, I will be doing a video all about our enrichment subjects, things like character study, hymn study, artist and composer study, and things like that. So make sure that you have clicked the subscribe button down below so that you don't miss that. Thank you once again to Davine from Calm in the Chaos Homeschool and Shauna from Homegrown Homeschool for hosting today's collaboration. Don't forget to check out that playlist linked down below. And otherwise, I hope you're all having a really great day, and we'll see you next time.